Evening, friends. Ash here, WAT News, with some news and election updates. It's December the 23rd, 2020. And I was hanging back actually trying to see if the Pence card was going to get played, right? I thought maybe the Pence card is something that people are talking about right now, right? The fact that Pence could come forward, or may have come forward today, but he didn't come forward today, and he could deny the electors from the states that are in question that have possible voter fraud, right? And X22 Dave did a great bit on this, and he was talking about the fact that, well, he's probably going to wait till January 6th. So it looks like January 6th is going to be a big day. Just in, President Trump pardons Paul Manafort and Roger Stone, and he also pardoned Papadopoulos and a bunch of other people, right? So that's sort of normal for presidents to do. And Manafort was just treated horribly in this situation. He was put in solitary, if you remember, and the process crimes that he was guilty of, actually, he committed back before Trump was in office. He was working with Podesta Group and those guys, if you remember, right? So have to see about how all that plays out. There's a lot of news going on, a lot of talk, right? Just in, President Trump vetoed $740 billion defense bill. Well, we knew that was coming, right? By Christina Layla. The National Defense Authorization Act passed both houses of Congress with veto-proof supermajorities. This comes as no surprise because President Trump last week said he would veto the bill because it would not allow for removal of our military from other countries. You can see what's going on here, right? The powers that be are rising up against Trump. You got guys like Kemp rising up against Trump in Georgia, trying to stop that process, right? Trying to slow roll that vote. You got the Congress showing their true colors, right? I mean, they only want to give you $600 before Christmas, right? Got people starving here on food lines that run a mile long, and you want to give them $600, and you want to give $500 million to Ukraine. You want to give Burma $80 million or $100 million. You want to give all these countries money and stiff the American people. You can't do that, right? So what's Trump doing? He's showing it to you. He's showing it to you. And he showed it to you real clear, right, with the speech I just put up. That's why I left that speech up, and I didn't want to jump into the news too much today, because I realized that we're headed towards the same realization. And all Trump's doing is laying back and letting them show themselves to you. These people took months to do a bill, and then when they come out with the bill, it's full of pork, right? And listen, I'm an older man. I've been around the block a couple times with these people, so in fact, I've grown up most of my life with these people in office, the Pelosi's, the Schumers, the Nadlers, the Mitches. I've seen these people for years do the same thing, so I'm like, I'm beyond jumping up and down about it, right? These people have been career thieves, and the reason that they've stayed in power so long is not because the people kept putting them back in power. It's because the voting system is rigged, and they were kept in power by their masters so that they could keep doing their bidding. And what Trump's doing is dissolving all that. So it looks like January 6th, it's going down in Washington, D.C. Going to be a lot of people down there. And see how that all plays out, right? Were they going to make a move on the White House, try to bum rush it? Well, it's hard to do that with 60, 70, 80,000 people or however many around, right? Can't do it. The reality is that these groups like Antifa and BLM are vastly outnumbered by just regular American citizens, and I think that's what Trump's talking about with that. So I made a list of all the other stuff that was going on here because I couldn't keep track of everything. So I'm going to go down my list. Jean-Luc Brunel got arrested, right? Not just Nygaard. So it's Nygaard busted in Canada. Jean-Luc Brunel, I think, was busted leaving de Gaulle Airport. He was trying to go someplace, and they pinched him there. So those are two people involved with hurting minors and human trafficking and other charges. So that's good news on that front. People were talking about the Pope, right? Was the Pope maybe going to step down? I saw some rumors about that, but I didn't see an actual articles saying that yet. So we'll see if that's in the works. If you follow the boards, they were talking about the Pope for a while. He's going to have a bad month and this and that. Deborah Birx is out. Deborah Birx is going to step down. She got caught going to see her family or doing something with her family after telling everybody to stay home and, not travel and do all that. So all these people, they're the same. They keep telling you, stay home, don't travel, and then they go do this. They go do the exact thing. So Birx is out. What else? Right, the Libs, the Dems support 2000 all of a sudden, right? Well, if you supported 2000, why didn't you just give us 2000, right? Why don't you take all the pork out of that thing and give it to the American people and stop playing games? You just showed yourself for who you really are, because people were starving all these months waiting for you to help them. Their businesses were failing, and what did you do? You filled the damn thing full of pork like you always do. So that's what Trump's doing. He's showing it to you. And here's the other thing. I mean, let's be real. These people, China released the virus on purpose. Why'd they release the virus? Because they wanted this whole election thing to come about. That's always been my take on it. Because it was going to boil down to getting people scared. They don't want to go to the polling place. Let's do these ballot boxes that oh, well, here's Mark Zuckerberg. He'll pay for it all. Here's $500 million. Go buy it. Don't mind that people are starving in your country, and I could have donated that money to help people, to eat and get by. I could have saved a couple of hundred businesses with that $500 million, right? Could have saved a lot of people, man. So it just shows that these people are all in bed with each other on both sides. Even the Rhino Republicans are in bed with these people. They're in bed with China. We all know it. And so they're going to go down, and that's how it's going to roll, and it's going to be a beautiful thing to watch. I've been waiting for it for many years, and I just get tired at times of even reporting on these people and giving them any of my energy anymore, but we're right at the end of the ball game, right? Georgia Secretary of State Raffensperger opposes no excuse absentee voting in the Peach State. He came on briefly to the Georgia hearings, and he wasn't questioned by anybody. I mean, I don't know what they're doing down there. I know there's some people that really are trying hard to get it done, but it don't look good down there in Georgia right now. We'll see how that plays out. The thing's going to be is Pence going to come out and say, if you remember, right, didn't Pence get the card at Bush's funeral? I'm pretty sure Pence's wife got one of those envelopes, right, that Joe Biden got, and she was talking to Hillary about it, right? And everybody said, what's in those envelopes? We never knew what was in those envelopes, right? So is Pence going to do the right thing? I think so. And I think he's going to do the right thing because I think he's one of those controlled assets that Trump's using. And, with the stuff with Cipollone and with Sidney Powell and all that was interesting, because I think what's going to go down with that is going to be that he might make Sidney Powell the special counsel, because she's going to go get it done if she does become special counsel. But first she's got to handle what's going on with the voting, right? And so we'll have to see how it plays out, because Pence didn't come out today and do anything, so they're holding their hand back to see what the Democrats do next. Because now what Trump did is we got a long bank holiday coming, and Trump just threw their whole bill that they worked months on back in their face. And not only did he throw it back in their face, but he went in front of the whole American people in the world and he showed everybody what you did, right? He listed out all the pork in it that you put in there, and he made you look like fools, and he made you look like people who are just trying to steal, and he made you look like thieves, because that's what you are in the Congress, these people, the Democrats, and what they're doing. And that's just my opinion, and you're welcome to yours, of course. But it's so obvious that you could see it, right? And I was watching Madison Cawthorn. Keep an eye on this kid. He's got that shine on him, and I don't know. He's well spoken. He's a good looking dude. Handsome man, whatever you want to say. Not that I'm, that's my deal, but whatever. But he's nice. Seems like a nice young man. Well spoken, smart. He could. Who knows? He might be president someday, if we still even have a president after all this is over with. Nearly 40% in new poll think Trump should keep pushing for investigations. That's probably higher. Trump pardoned Papadopoulos too, Duncan Hunter, and a bunch of other people. So more than 350,000 Georgia voters could have their eligibility challenged before Senate runoffs. There's a whole lot of news going on, people. So anyway, I wanted to just do some kind of a little podcast thing here about some news. We're waiting on Pence. We don't know. Christmas is coming. We're in a sort of a lull right now. I'm feeling pretty good. There was no like big solar flash in the sky, which I'd heard a lot of people talk about. So that I guess hasn't happened yet, or it didn't happen. I definitely felt an energy shift. I've been feeling that, and I've been waking up some days at 3:45 in the morning, just like wide awake. So definitely the energy's definitely becoming more and more stronger and more lighter, and so that's a good thing. Other than that, everything is well. I wanted to just wish all my friends and everybody who follows here a Merry Christmas, a Happy Holidays, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Festivus, Happy almost New Year, and if I missed anything, any holidays, right? Did I get Festivus poll? Yeah, I used to always think that was fun, from Seinfeld, right? Happy Festivus for the rest of us. And I just wish you, your family, and everyone, all the best for the new year. And I hope this will be a much better new year for us coming than this last one was. And just thank you for following along with me on this news journey. Yeah, so not that much else to report. Just wanted to talk briefly about that stuff. I'm going to go watch Deny or Die. Net Most Wanted News on Rumble. I like watching his stuff. He's way out there on the edge, and he's doing some stuff that not many people are doing. And, who knows what's going to go down in D.C. Are they going to clean up the streets, let the Proud Boys and those guys go at it, and just let it happen, right? It seems like the cops just don't really want to enforce the law in Washington anyway, and a lot of people got hurt last time. Comrade de Blasio, we're going to have sheriff's deputies go to the home or hotel of every single traveler coming in from the UK. I mean, it's starting to look like stormtrooper tactics, right? I mean, how are you going to have any kind of a city with tourism if you're harassing every single person that comes into your city and having hotels, having the sheriff go to people's hotel rooms? I mean, this is insane. Anyway, friends, I guess I'll leave you there. Hope everything's well with you. And this is, for right now, this is Ash, WAT News, signing off. Talk soon.